gonna be reacting to one of Oversimplified's older videos where he talks about ancient China and all that stuff. Okay, so let's react.
Are playing in the village square. What a wonderful time to be alive! Hey, the Yellow River flooded again and destroyed all your crops. And also we're being raided by nomadic tribes. And also this period of Chinese history may be entirely mythical, meaning you may not even exist. Well, that would certainly explain the laser eyes.
I really like this video because it's just funny.
Around the year 2000 BC,
to
when
me,
the possibly mythical Xia dynasty was formed. Throughout China's history, dynasties would usually rise up with a powerful leader who worked for the good of the people. But over time, the leaders would become more corrupt and self-serving. Someone would inevitably build a lake of alcohol, and the angry populace would overthrow them, giving way for a new dynasty to rise. Following this pattern, the Xia dynasty was replaced by the Shan, who liked bronze and writing, but then the leaders got corrupt, and were replaced by the Zhou, who liked iron and philosophy. But that one sort of just fell apart, and was replaced by the Qin, who liked building walls.
Hold on, guys, sorry.
But they were pretty tyrannical from the start, and were quickly replaced by the Han, who liked creating new trade routes, and getting in touch with
I know about the Han, the rest I don't really know.
Under the strong and popular leadership of Emperor Gao.
Actually, I know about the
dynasty remained firmly in place for over 4 centuries, and was considered a golden age in Chinese history, developing new forms of art, political thinking, technology. Oh, looks like all the leaders got corrupt. See, probably the biggest problem in ancient China's political system that allowed so much corruption to come about all the time was a little something called court culture. Let me explain. Imagine for me, if you will, that you were the son of the Chinese emperor. Hooray! One day, your father says,
guys, sorry,
"Son,
I know
our relationship hasn't been the best, and I've never said this before, but I just want to let you know that I love you." Oh no, I'm having a heart attack! Look at you. Now you're the emperor. I'm so proud of you. But wait, you are but a child and have no idea how to rule over a massive empire. Fret not, because just about everyone in your court wants to help you out with that. Hey man, remember me? I'm your mom's bro. Anyway, I heard you needed someone to rule over China for you. I mean, to help you rule China. So hey, here's a popsicle. I hope we can get along. No way, man. We've been your friends and your personal caretakers your whole life. And even though we may have no dongs, I think you should give us all the power to rule China.
Also, guys, sorry if the video ends, like, abruptly. It might just be something wrong with my recording. I'll probably upload a new video continuing on from this one, okay? So if it ends abruptly, I'm sorry.
They began handing out government jobs for bribes, heavily taxing the poor for their own wealth. And while you're sitting there eating your popsicle, everyone in your court is literally murdering each other to try and consolidate more power and riches for themselves. While all the peasants are outside like, hey, did you guys know there's been a drought out here for 2 years? Guys? Obviously the people weren't too happy that while they were struggling to survive, they were also being heavily taxed so that the eunuch faction could all have rockin' mansions, complete with swimming pools and Alexas. So finally, when a self-proclaimed Taoist wizard came along and was like, you know whose fault it is that we're all out here starving? It's the emperor and his posse. They've lost their mandate from heaven, and the imperial family must be destroyed with an
If you don't know what the mandate of heaven is, it's basically like this kind of like token for this. I'm just simplifying it, really, kinda. It's basically like their mandate to rule the country, and they can lose it over if they do some bad things. So obviously the emperor lost his mandate from heaven, so that's what the mandate of heaven is.
Relenting, furious wrath. Well, so check this out. Huh? Can you tell what it is yet? Ta-da! It's a little kitty cat. Look at her little ears. The people loved his political philosophy. He promised them land reforms, and his followers grew in number. They began arming themselves and wearing yellow turbans. And they also developed a really catchy slogan. In the year 184, the Yellow Turban Rebellion broke out across China, with millions rising up against the Han Dynasty, and the imperial government in the capital city freaked out. With all their internal bickering, they were completely unprepared and unable to deal with such a huge rebellion. So they were forced to call on independent warlords from across the empire to help them deal with this situation. Some big names took part in the fighting. I'm talking the likes of the great Cao Cao, the tyrannical Dong Zhou, Liu Bei, Sun Jian, and many, many other Chinese names I'm definitely not pronouncing correctly. These warlords crushed the rebellion in their own respective regions.
How big it was.
Casualties in the millions, the Han Dynasty breathed a huge...
Sorry guys, gonna have to end this video right now. Bye, like, and subscribe.